I think that people always ask me about different training methods, and I always say yes. They're like, what do you mean yes? I'm like, they're all good. All training techniques are good. To me, high intensity training, heavy weights, high intensity, full range of motion is the best type of training. But having said that, throwing in a couple days of like some supersetting or some drop sets or forced reps, even some higher repetition days, where you're doing slightly lighter weights to give your body a break every once in a while is good to incorporate. But to actually build solid, dense muscle, you got to lift heavy weights, okay? Very few people are genetically gifted enough to lift moderate weights, and put the muscle gains that we're looking for as bodybuilders on their bodies. There are people out there that do it. It happened to Dillette, it happened to Vince Tell, but they're far and few between. Most people, if you talk to guys like Dorian, Ronnie, how'd you put all that muscle on? Heavy ass weights, that's the answer, okay? You gotta lift heavy weights and you gotta use full range of motion. Because if you don't use full range of motion, you're not gonna develop the muscle fully. So just because you got heavy weight on the bar, if you're leg pressing, 6 inches, you're not doing anything. So full range of motion, control that negative, push heavy weights. It's a simple formula. Go home, rest, eat, and recover, and do it again the next day. It's really a boring, repetitious type of sport. But for the people who are, conscientious enough and persistent enough to do it day in and day out and get into that routine and not be, bored by the routine, but inspired by the routine because they know that it's going to lead to good muscle gains, those are the people that are going to get the best results.